Okay, so I guess it's working. I see black now. Let me just change the title some things. There we go. Cool. This is kind of fun. So this is what I'll be doing. There's a little delay on it, so if I see a question in the chat, it will obviously be a little delayed. Let's see if I can post this somewhere and see if anyone shows up. Okay, where is the link to share it? I saw it on the other end of it. Stream settings. Oh, stream URL. Copy. Okay, I'm going to send this to Facebook, see if anyone can hop on and maybe see if this is working. Let me go to Facebook. Okay, so here I am. The delay is real. It's kind of hard watching my own delay. I better not get caught up in that. I'm going to go to the studio and just watch myself in the studio version so I don't see what other people are seeing. Oh, but I need to see the chat. So I guess I'll leave the chat there. Perfect. All right, so Liza's working. You'll hear her in the background. I'm just going to kind of show you what I do when I do collaging. Some people showed interest when I posted these on Facebook. I know I have supportive friends and family. It's probably just them being really nice, and it's not like I'm an amazing collager or anything. But I did spend some time doing it over the summer, and I'm pretty comfortable with the tools and some of the techniques I've discovered or just copied from other people that I saw. So maybe I could share them here if anyone's interested in doing collaging. So you see a bunch of stacks of papers in front of me. This is already like step two. I'm going to go back a little bit. These are just cool pictures, right? You could tell these are like, oh, these are neat. Like this is pretty interesting images. Some things are cut out already. Like, oh, look, what the heck? I can make things on top of it. So I'm getting ahead of myself though. So this is step two. Let's go to step one. Let's get rid of all that. Step one is just find some magazines. Magazines or books or comics or anything that you might just find some cool images in. I messaged my neighbors in my building, told them what I was doing. I have some neighbors who are like me, or actually I have one neighbor who's very much like me and hates seeing things go to waste. So she kept all these cool magazines for a long time, and I told the building, hey, I'm looking for a magazine. She came by with those stacks of cool stuff, lots of traveling things, lots of good landscapes. Really what comes out of the collage is really going to depend on the magazines you have. So this one, there's a lot of cool landscapes. I've kind of gone through all my magazines pretty thoroughly already. As you can see, this page is cut out. So I'm not going to find too much more in here. Step one, besides getting magazines, part of step one is just deciding what size piece you want to make. Or you could not even think about that and just look through pictures that you like and just cut out. Like, huh, do I like that shark? This kind of already is a collage, if you see that. That already is a collage. So I don't know if that'd really work. I can cut some things out. No, nothing really stands out here to me. I mean, I love beautiful landscapes. I could put something else in that landscape, like something that doesn't normally fit with that. It'd be kind of fun and interesting, but it's kind of small for me right now. I don't want to cut that out. I want to keep looking. You know, I've done so many different styles already that I'm kind of over just like the landscape with something different in it. I want to get rid of the landscapes. I got these books. I had tons of these books in the classroom, like literally like 30 of them, and they're not really the best for classroom reading material. It sure is an introduction, but it's not really a reading book. It's just, and it's good to get kids into books in general. But this, I don't think I need 30 of these books in my classroom for students to just, during quiet reading time, just to be staring at pictures. It's okay sometimes, but you don't need that many. I thought these could be cool backgrounds. They're kind of trippy, psychedelic. There's this collage artist named Mr. Babies who does really cool stuff. Oh, my resolution's not optimal. I wonder what that means. Okay, maybe I'll have to fix that setting later. So he does really cool backgrounds, Mr. Baby's like psychedelic backgrounds. Maybe I'll link his stuff later in the comments here or in the some area. So do I want a full background of this? I kind of like what he does is like the sky is the psychedelic background. So you can get like a landscape and cut out the sky. If it's like easy to cut out like mountains, mountains are easy to cut out. So that's what I did here earlier. So here's mountains, easy to cut out. And then you can have like a psychedelic background. But I don't know. It looks too jarring. It doesn't really look like it fits. It's kind of like too much staticky looking colors. Let's get some more sky looking colors. Let's see how's this look. It's still kind of weird. This concept might not work at all. I haven't done this yet. The photo's dark here. This is too bright. It just doesn't match, doesn't blend naturally. It looks like a picture on top of another picture. That kind of has an interesting feel to it. You know, no harm in trying. This is all just garbage to me anyway. This is why I love this art form. It's because it's all just garbage to me. So I don't have any inhibitions about cutting things up and trying things. That's why a lot of art is hard for me, because I feel like I spend money on the paints and on the brushes and the paper especially, that I'm just like too afraid that I'm going to ruin something. That each time I approach an art piece, I just approach it without the kind of carefree abandon you need to just explore and to have fun. So that's why collaging works for me, because I'm just exploring and it's very, very low pressure. So let's get rid of some of these things. Maybe I'll come back to them in a little bit. I found that for collaging, it's good to have a big space so you can just cut out a lot and spread out magazines that you might want to come back to later. So let's see. Yeah, so I can just trace it, or I can just cut along the line. Let me just trace a little bit so I know that it's the right size. So I'm gonna cut along this line. And I guess I need to go all the way to the top. So let me go higher. So I'm just going to draw a line in pencil and then cut. And there it is. And you notice I had these little tiny scissors. They're so small, but they're really sharp and they're good for little curves. I just Googled collaging scissors. I saw a lot of different options. These look cool. I tried them out and I love them. Super sharp. And they're really small and cute. I know some of my one friend who collages also, she said she uses a razor blade for a lot of stuff, which I could, for some things I do, but it's not very, a razor blade seems a little daunting to me. Okay, let me cut off that white rim edge. I'm not sure if people are joining the chat or not. I got a comment on something. I don't know what that means. I'm looking at the chat. Oh, Nikki is in the chat. Oh, hi. Cool. One of my students from last year. Hey, Nikki. If you type something, I will respond to you, but it's delayed, so you might type it and have to wait a while. So I'm guessing, Nikki, you're done with all your work if you're able to just go on here and chat. I guess you're a subscriber. You must have gotten notifications that I went on. This is my first time doing this, so I'm trying it out. It looks kind of like a little sky coloring. It's kind of weird. The colors don't really match, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because I got nothing else working on. Okay. So yes, it is a school day, and it is within school hours. It is a Friday, though, so my students, I think, either finished all their work or are taking a break. I will check back on the classroom later to answer any questions, but I've been already answering a lot of questions. So let's get to this. Actually, did I have this upside down? Doesn't matter. Yeah, let's glue this on. Let's put this on, and then, although actually, before you glue it on, something you can do. Oh, cool. Something you can do before you glue it on is you can take like a character and slide it underneath so it looks like it's poking up over the mountain. So let's see if I have any faces or people cut out already. Let me open up my folder. This is great. I have my first viewer. He is making me feel so happy that this is working. This is an experiment for me. So here you go. Here's a person that I cut out, and I'm going to slide them underneath the mountain. So it looks like this person is kind of coming out of the mountain. It's kind of a fun way to do it. Let's see, that doesn't look that great though. It's kind of too big. But let's try something else. Let's look through my folder. Oh, this is kind of a cool little drawing of a person that I cut out. I like this. Oh, that looks pretty. For some reason, I like that. I don't know why. I gotta put him against the edge though, because like he doesn't have a full body. Huh, that's kind of cool. I wish this picture down here was brighter, so that way it would match more. It kind of looks like a bright sunset, and then the land looks like it's dark. It'd be better if they looked better together. Huh, this is something I cut out as a coral reef. I could add a coral reef to that. Adds more color. That's kind of cool. Coral reef, mountain, weird psychedelic sunset, and this guy. So Nikki, if you have any questions, I can answer them. If you're like wondering what I'm doing or why I'm doing this, or if you are interested in doing this, or if you're just bored and you just have nothing to do right now, but you got to be doing work on the computer. So if your parents ask you, what are you doing right now, you can join me and you can get some collage out and you can say, oh, I'm doing some artwork right now. That's kind of cool. I like the colors of that little painting, but it's too much. You don't want to put too many things in one collage. I used to think collages had to be tons of things all together. This is not for Bianca's class. It might be later on. It's on YouTube, so we're not actually allowed to share YouTube with the classroom. I was trying to stream some other way where the students could check on it, but I'm not allowed to show YouTube videos or streaming because some students and parents don't want the kids to do that. So I'm just trying this out for myself. Maybe I'll send an email to the families saying like, hey, this is what I want to do, and maybe they'll be okay with it. Right now I'm just testing this out. Ooh, I like this. Kind of the coral reef in front of the landscape with the psychedelic background and the guy. So if you were watching, you could tell I didn't really have a plan when I made this. I'm just kind of looking through things and throwing them together. Should I add more to this? Should I add this guy and this woman in the same picture, or is that too much? Does it look better with both of them or one of them? What do you think, Nikki? Should I leave the woman in there or should I take her out? Let me get my computer out of the way so you can see the full thing. Let me move this. That's, I've got to get a bigger desk so I don't want my computer falling off my desk. There you go. Both? Okay, Nikki says I should keep both of them in there. Do you think I'm done or should I add something like in the around the river area? I'm not sure. I kind of want to, but then I'm not sure if I do or not. So the delay is not too bad. I ask a question and then like 10 seconds or maybe 20 seconds later, I said, I don't know. Okay. Oh, whoops, they dropped something. I could make it really weird and just add like an eyeball somewhere. Eyeballs always make things weird. I have a lot of eyeballs cut out just for that exact reason. It's like if I'm feeling like I want to make something really weird, I'll just add an eyeball. Who knows? Yes eyeball or no eyeball? What do you think? I'm gonna wait, get a response. Am I feeling like making it weird or should I just kind of leave it with a pretty background and kind of, it's more simple? Ooh, I like the eyeball in the river. Yes, eyeball, okay. So I guess I'm gonna be done then. Now I'm gonna glue it all together. I have a lot of cool pieces that I could add in. I just have so many little things that I've cut out from looking at magazines. Okay, let me put all my stuff away. And now I'm gonna get a basic glue stick that most people have. I mean, this is just, a lot of people use special types of collaging glue, but for some reason I found this is the best. When I use Elmer's glue, I used Elmer's glue at first, or tacky glue, this kind of stuff. It made the paper wrinkle. This is the best without making it wrinkle. So I gotta do bottom layer first. So let me take this off. Take the layers off. So I don't glue it until I have an image I like, and then I take it all apart and I start over again. So I guess I should glue these things on first. So I gotta make sure it's in the right spot. Otherwise if I glue it in the wrong spot, oh no, I ripped it. Oh, dang it, that happens sometimes with the glue stick. But I ripped it just a little bit. I think I could still use it. Maybe that's why people don't use glue sticks. I think it was right here. And if I glue it in the wrong spot, sometimes I can just cut off the extra. You can't even tell that I ripped it. Maybe you can if you look closely. Okay. So there's that football player. I'm not sure. Oh, Jimmy Brown from the Cleveland's Jimmy Brown. Okay. So let's see. Is that going to look good? Yep, right there will be good. And then I'll glue her on. Gotta be careful not to rip it like I did last time. Nikki, do you have a lot of like magazines and things in your house that you could do something like this with? I'm thinking about having my class do this, about Bianca's class do this, but if they didn't have magazines, it wouldn't really work. So let's put it right here. I think that's gonna work. Okay, I glued it down. It better work. Okay. Oh, I like having her arm over. Do I like that actually? Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like her elbows resting on the mountainside. I'm gonna do it like that. Oops. Maybe Nikki's doing something else now. I hope she is. That's the cool thing about streaming is people don't have to actually be there at all. There's no obligation. You can just pop in. It's covered in useless paper junk. She could do it. That's good to know. Okay. That's one student who could join me and do something like this. I also have a lot of stuff in the classroom. Remember Nikki remembers last year we did some collaging and I collected a lot of materials from the class, or in the class. Nikki, who's your teacher this year? I forgot. Maybe you shouldn't answer that. Don't share too much information online. Don't say anything. I don't want to get in trouble. She's going to type it. Oh no, she's going to type it before she heard me correct myself. Yeah, I want to make this available to my students, but I also want to make it so they can chat. And in order to have the chat on, you have to make it like more public. So people could find this. I don't think they would find this. It's just like a random YouTube. Good. Yeah, don't share your teacher. We don't need to know any personal information about you. Cool. But yeah, I was gonna add the eyeball and then the coral reef foreground. Let's see, which part should the coral reef be? Okay, I'll just glue it on and then I'll cut the extra off. This time I'm gonna put the glue on this. So this is just really a reason for me to collage, and if people wanna do it with me, just practice. It's kind of like Bob Ross. I bet there's a lot of YouTubers out there who do art, or not YouTubers, streamers who do art streaming in honor in the same style of Bob Ross. Okay, so now I have a little extra cut off over there. I'm gonna flip over the side so I see where it is exactly. Cool, and then now I'm gonna add this eyeball. One thing I like doing a lot really easily is adding eyeballs on top of people's faces. Makes them really weird. Or like adding a different eyeball size. But I'm not really going for that weird. Maybe I'll just add the eyeball. Or maybe it could be popping up on the coral or something. Adding the eyeball is fun because it's kind of like a person looking at you. Like I know that this is an artwork. I'm staring at you. I see you. Or it's like the eyeballs looking at the other people up there. I like it in the corner. I don't know why. Kind of like a little sneaky hidden eyeball. Ta-da! All right, I did a piece. This is a piece of work. Let me kind of hold it up. There's the whole frame of it. Oh, it's on my phone, so it's in profile view, so you can't really see. I'll go zoomed in. Singer, this guy up here. You can't really see the rip. The rip is right around there. There's the coral reef of the eye and the river. Not my best piece. It was pretty fun. I'll keep it. I'm not gonna throw it away, but I'm not gonna frame it and put it on my wall. You can see I actually have a bunch on my wall, and I have some framed. Ugh. Actually, I don't know why I did that. I should have just unclipped it. So here's my phone. Whoa, dizzying. So there's one I did on my wall. I like that one a lot. There's another one I did. Let me unplug. Oh, I can't really unplug it. Kind of a simple one. There's another simple one I did. Oh. And then here's one that I framed that I liked a lot. Let me put it right back. Oh, it's all backwards, upside down. There we go. Cool. Glad Nikki likes it. Oh, Nikki, did you get the one that I mailed? Did I mail one to you? I mailed them out to students over the summer. I'm not sure if you all the students got it. So making postcards out of these. That's what I was doing. There we go. Yeah, here's the one that I did earlier. It's framed. Cool, you got it. So this one, I like added words to this one, and I like it because there's like a person standing on a rock over snow, but the snow goes into the houses. That's actually a fake background. The snow wasn't in front of the houses. I cut it out to make it look like that. And that rock wasn't over the snow. I put the rock on top of the snow scene. Then I had a comic book that I used as well. All right, this is cool. This is my first time doing this, and it's a success. And thank you, Nikki, for joining and making it feel like a real deal instead of just me talking to a computer. Uh, I don't think I have anything more to do on this one. This is a test run, but yay, this is my first time being a streamer, and I have a person who already showed up. I feel so successful. I will end it here, and I'm not sure I know how to do that. Let's see, end stream. Where's end stream? And thanks for joining. I'm glad it worked. End stream. I don't know where that is. I'll be here for a while. I'm trying to figure out. Here's end stream.